Hey friends, this is John Assaraf, CEO of NeuroGym, and you may have seen me on Larry King Live or the smash hit movie The Secret or the classic movie Quest for Success with Richard Branson and the Dalai Lama. Now, one of the things that I've wondered, and maybe you've wondered this as well, is why do so many people set goals, whether they write them down or not, with all of the great intentions and expectations of achieving them, yet very few of them actually achieve the goals they set. They set goals and achieve some of them in a lot of cases, but why don't most people achieve all of the goals they set? Well, I've studied that question for the last 30 plus years, and I've discovered one thing that I really believe is the anchor reason and big reason why people set goals and don't achieve them. And that's really what I want to talk with you about today. One of the things that I do on a regular basis is I take time to stop whatever it is that I'm doing, whether it's on a weekend or on an evening, and I try my best to stay calm and just reflect on the results that I've achieved compared to the activities that I'm taking. I think you'd have to agree that your activities will equal your results. Some may be great, some may not be, but in order to get better and to make sure that you're doing the right things, one of the things to do is look at your results. And what I've discovered, and I'm sure you have or will, is that the results that you're achieving right now are nothing more than a mirror or a reflection of the actions you've taken up until now, or the inactions, the stuff you didn't do but knew you should or could. Your current results right now are simply an effect of what you've done or have not done. And so I like to look at it in this way. Your actions are the cause of what? The actions are the cause of what you've been thinking and doing or not doing in the past. And if you are ready to be honest with yourself, here's a question. Have you achieved your goals and dreams in the last 6 or 12 months? Because if you've made a goal or had a goal to, have a new car or to travel to a different location, or to spend more time with your family, or give money or time to the charities of your choice, and have time to focus on your health and well-being, and even the hobbies and the things that you love to do, but either you've made small incremental gains towards achieving it, or not much has happened, what I'm about to share with you, I know without a shadow of a doubt can transform your life and the meaning and the purpose behind it. Now, you may find that there's a big division between your goals and your current reality, and you may also find that you really haven't been achieving any of the grander goals that you have. And the question that I want you to ask yourself is, what can you do in the next 90 days to make those goals and dreams a reality instead of just having them as goals and dreams? Now, if you've watched any of my previous material that I teach around the world, you probably know that setting your goals is pretty easy and anybody can do it. Now, achieving your goals, on the other hand, is much harder, and I've found that there's $1 million difference between the two. Okay? And so there's a part of your brain that sets goals, but there's a bigger, more powerful part of your brain that actually is responsible for achieving your goals. I'm about to share with you a few simple yet powerful secrets that I discovered in my early 20s that helped me become a millionaire before I was 30. And more importantly, it really helped me and allowed me to design and then live life on my own terms. Now, here's a question for you. What would it mean to you if you could live life on your own terms, the way that you see it perfectly in your mind. Because I think that's possible for you. And prior to learning some of these secrets and strategies, I know for myself what my life was like. I was an underachieving kid who was getting into a lot of trouble, and I was heading in the wrong direction on the wrong train, and something, I guess, I don't know, miraculous, magical happened in my life, and that was this. I met a mentor. I met a man. His name was Alan Brown, and this was 34 or so years ago, and Alan Brown was a very successful entrepreneur, philanthropist, wonderful husband, wonderful father to his children. And I wanted to be like him. I looked up to him, and I thought he had his life together. And I was right when I first met him. And one of the things he asked me when I was 19 was, what are your goals for the next 90 days? What are your goals for the next 6 months? What are your goals for the next 12 months? And to be honest with you, I didn't have any goals. I was living hand to mouth, trying to make some money to make ends meet. I was driving my sister's 1976 blue Dodge Dart that, had some broken components to it. I was renting a room in a friend's house, and unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of knowledge or skills or the self-esteem back then to think that I could even set goals and achieve them. And what I can share with you is I didn't have anything written down with any plans or timelines that I could follow. And in essence, I was a kid who was lost at sea, hoping and praying that my life would get better. But what I can share with you is until I was asked about goals and until I decided to change my life and change myself, nothing was going to change. And until I decided to at least create some kind of a plan, even if it was a poor plan, I was really going to stay lost at sea. And at that time, as I mentioned, no money. I wasn't very healthy, was living in somebody's rented, room, driving somebody else's car. Yeah, it was a family member. And what I know is had I continued this way and getting into the trouble that I was getting into at the time, I know that I would either have gone to jail or because of the things I did and people that I hung around with, I could have ended up in the morgue, dead. Now, I don't imagine that you're anywhere near that, nor that's the case for you. But what I'd like you to do is imagine a year from now, or 3 years from now, or 5 years from now, if you were still achieving the same results that you're achieving right now. Would you feel proud with the amount of income you're making? Would you feel proud with your health? Would you feel proud of your relationship? Would you feel proud if you were in the exact same place 1, 3, 5, or 10 years from now, still living the same lifestyle, still possibly being overworked, getting older, but not really achieving the results and the goals and dreams that you have right now? How would that make you feel if you really weren't making a lot of progress? Well, I would imagine you wouldn't feel great, but I also want you to imagine the other possibility. What if in the next 6 to 12 months you could change your current results and live a more abundant life, travel a little bit more, donate some of your time and money to charities of your choice, maybe invest more time doing some things that you love like your hobbies, and spend time with your family while you eliminate some of the things you're tolerating in your life right now. You see, when I was an underachieving kid without goals, without a mentor, I can tell you that my life wasn't really moving in the right direction. But my mentor sat me down and he asked me one question that transformed my life forever. And he sat me down, he looked at me straight in the eye, and he asked me this question. He said, "John, are you interested in having an amazing life that you can live on your own terms, or are you committed to that outcome?" And when I was 19, I looked at him and I said, Alan, or actually I said, Mr. Brown, I said, what's the difference between interest and commitment? And he said to me, he said, when somebody is interested, they will do what's convenient. They will come up with excuses. They will come up with stories of why they can't or why they shouldn't or why they mustn't. I don't even know if that's a word, but we'll leave it in here anyway. And he said to me, if you are interested, you're not going to do the things that are necessary to really achieve your goals and dreams. But he also said, when you become committed, you will do whatever it takes to achieve your life's goals and dreams. And so are you interested or are you committed was a serious question that he asked me. And what I can share with you is that I shook his hand and I said, Alan, if you teach me what to do, I promise to be committed. And he shook my hand and he said to me that he was willing to be my mentor. And he was willing to teach me the things that I needed to think, the emotions that I needed to feel and how to master my emotions. And he taught me something invaluable. The things that I needed to do every day to move closer and closer and closer towards my goals and dreams. And what I can share with you is from the moment I shook his hand, I started to feel differently. I started to do a few things right and do them consistently. And over the next week, month, 60 days, 90 days, my results started to change. And it changed me from being an unfocused, underachieving kid into a multimillionaire that has created 7 multi-million-dollar companies. I've written 2 New York Times best-selling books. I've been all over the world many times by myself and with my family. I've appeared on Larry King Live 7, 8 times. I was asked to be in the movie The Secret and in 5 other movies. And the reason I share this with you is because not only was I able to accomplish some things that make my life feel filled with purpose and meaning, I've been able to develop wonderful relationships and contribute to charitable causes that touch my heart. And what I love to do is take what I've learned and take what has worked specifically and then teach it to individuals like you so that you could take it and apply what I call is a formula or blueprint or a recipe so that you can achieve the goals and dreams that you want to achieve and become super successful. So here are a few things that I did differently that I'd like you to write down and start to think about how you can apply it and maybe even have me as your mentor and let me teach you how to do this easier and faster than ever before. And so here is one of the things that was really critical for me. First, I had to go from wavering with what I wanted to do, not being clear, to making a decision. And decision means to cut off from any other option. I made a decision to act, to take action and learn from an expert who already had achieved what I wanted to achieve. And the reason I did that was because I figured, listen to this, that if he already achieved it, he would probably have a path that he had followed, and he would be able to teach me what to do and what not to do. And I was right. The second thing that he helped me do, that I'd love to help you do, is he helped me dig deep by self-discovery, find what my highest core values were and what my life's purpose was. Now, this exercise that he took me through really challenged me to find my core values, the things that really make a difference in my life so that every day I can make decisions based on my core values and the purpose for my existence, which I had no idea back then. The other thing, and step number 3 that he helped me with, was to write my goals down with clarity, specific things that I wanted to achieve and then put some timelines to when I wanted to achieve them by. The fourth thing that he had me do was every day when I came into the office, because I ended up working for him in real estate at the age of 19, he had me sit down at my desk and he had me read the goals that I had written for health and wealth and relationship and career and business and finance and fun and experiences. And not only did he help me focus on them every day, he had me close my eyes and visualize, but also he had me feel what it would be like to actually achieve those goals and dreams. And that is basically the same process a Hollywood actor or actress utilizes to become a role that they're reading off of a script. When they emotionalize it and visualize it and repeat it, they actually start to believe it. And when they start to believe it, they start to become it. The fifth thing that I started to do back then, and I still do today, is I used declarations or affirmations to train my brain to believe that the things that I had written down on my goal forms were actually real, were actually happening, that I was actually overcoming the disbelief that I could achieve it. I was overcoming the obstacles that it would take to achieve it. I was overcoming the lack of knowledge and lack of skills that I didn't have at the time, but by using the affirmations and declarations properly, I was able to start believing a little bit at first, then a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And as I moved into step number 6, which was I started to upgrade my knowledge and my skills to match my goals and dreams. I started to match what I knew, how to do, what I knew about making more money, what I knew about health, what I knew about living life on my own terms. And as I was visualizing and emotionalizing and reading these affirmations and declarations, and I upgrade my knowledge and skills, something masterful happened. I started to gain more confidence. I started to gain more certainty. I started to walk a little bit differently with a little bit more pride because I had actually started to do the work necessary to let go of who I was and what I was achieving, and I was making progress towards who I needed to become to achieve the goals that I had set that I had no idea how to achieve at the time. And then finally, one of the things that he taught me that was mind-altering and life-altering was that there was no such thing as time management. And you might think, what do you mean there's no such thing as time management? And here's what I'm here to share with you. The only thing you can manage is what you do. The tasks, the activities of what you do in time. And what he shared with me is most people spend 80% of their time on the trivial many things that there are there to do versus the critical 20% of what generates the most amount of results in an hour, in half a day, a week, or a month. And when he taught me how to set goals and how to get my brain organized and primed and how to start to believe that I could achieve it, and he taught me what were the highest impact producing activities in the time that I had, I started to achieve goals and dreams. In my first year of working with him when I was 19, I made $30,000. But as I started to upgrade my skills and follow the process I just shared with you, at 20 years old, I made $151,000. Now, it's not just about money, but the money allowed me to travel. When I was 22, I traveled around the world for 14 months on my own with my own money. When I was in my early 20s, I got to do things that most people don't do in a whole lifetime. Money gave me the discretionary time and the discretionary decision-making ability to do what I want to do and to start living life on my own terms. And what I suggest for you is that if you are serious and are committed to achieving your goals and go from having goals to achieving goals, what you've got to do is make the same decision that I made over 30 years ago. What I would love you to do is ask for and get some of my help right now. Learn from me and allow me to teach you how to make your goals and dreams your reality. And I always think of people on two paths. One path is what I call the more of the same path. And you can make a decision to stay on the path you're on, and here's what you can predict. You're going to get more of the same. But you can also make another decision, and you can envision a life where you're going to not just set goals, but become the person who learns how to achieve goals. And what I can share with you is by taking the second path with me, you can achieve a greater life with more wealth, more health, more happiness, more contribution, more meaning, and more purpose in your life. And to that end, what I've done is I've put together an amazing package that encapsulates 3 of my absolute best-selling, best training programs in the world that has cost me over $1 million to learn and create, where I will show you how to take the 7 steps that I just laid out for you and not just understand them superficially, not just logically understand them, but I'm going to share with you an entire process for you to make them yours and for you to live by them so that you can achieve your goals and dreams. And what I'm also going to offer you is an opportunity to be coached by me daily for 1 whole year for less than the cost of coffee every week, less than a cup of coffee every week. Now, if you followed my work, you may know that my hourly fee is $5,000 an hour. I get paid $35,000 to do a 1-hour keynote. And I wanted to make this special program available to everybody in the world so that you can get your goals achieved instead of standing at the end of your potential and standing at the edge of your potential is actually what I wanted to say. And I've made this package so inexpensive that you can take it and apply it and start to achieve your goals and dreams in the next 6 months or 12 months. And that's going to happen by you following some of the things that I have done, but more importantly, some of the things that I have shared with hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people around the world. And so what I've done is I've packaged a wealth of knowledge and information and experience into what I call is the Having It All program. And it includes my values-based living program and my How to Get More Done in Less Time program. And this is a revolutionary new approach based on, number 1, the neuroscience of success that's going to help you finally achieve everything you've ever wanted by utilizing your brain better. And there are 3 main parts to your brain: your logical brain, your emotional brain, and your reptilian survival brain. Those 3 parts of your brain have got to be working in synchronicity, or you will always have chaos and you will not achieve your goals. Now, we know that in order to achieve your goals, what has to happen is you've got to create what we call is neural coherence. And when you create coherence in your brain between those 3 parts of your brain, what happens is you're able to set goals, feel those goals, feel the fears that may be associated with those goals, but still take action anyway. So in this package that has been very carefully put together, the first thing I'm going to help you do, other than set your goals, which is easy, I'm going to help you identify your true innermost goals and highest values. And the reason for that is that will help you stay motivated towards going after the things that are the most important for you. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to help you retrain the way you think about what's possible and retrain your brain to perceive the world and yourself differently, so you raise your self-esteem and your self-worth so that your net worth and lifestyle changes drastically. What I'm also going to share with you how to do is how to remove the doubts, the fears, the maybe lack of confidence or certainty that for the most part holds most people back, and it may be holding you back right now. And the other thing that is so critical for me to help people do, because I used to feel like I wasn't good enough or smart enough because I didn't do well in school. Well, I later found out that I was extremely intelligent, but I had a hard time sitting still while I was watching a teacher go slowly on the blackboard while I was writing, while I was asked to memorize stuff. And so what I want to do is teach you how to banish any feelings of not being good enough or not being worthy enough or not being smart enough. And what I want to help you do is get rid of those things so that you can start to achieve every one of your goals, regardless of how old you are, regardless of what race you are, and regardless of whether you feel you deserve it or you don't right now. And that means that I'm going to help you make your goals and dreams, the ones you've been envisioning, become a reality instead of a fantasy. And I've created a revolutionary process that's grounded in the latest brain research and into the latest research using the human mind and using what I call are the 7 natural laws of the universe that very, very few people know about and understand. There are laws that govern how everything operates in the universe, including yours and my place here on Earth. And when you learn how to use these natural laws of the universe, like the law of gestation, the law of incubation, the law of attraction, we will definitely talk about, but I talk about it in the form of the law of being in resonance with your goals and dreams, I'm going to give you access to all of these things. And in the first 3 months and in the first 3 programs, you're going to gain access to the Having It All program, which I used to charge $3,000 to teach just what's in the first program that you're going to get today for individuals who wanted to learn the processes and systems that I developed. But you won't have to invest anywhere near that amount today. In the Having It All program, you're going to learn how to achieve goals, not using any gimmicks or blind luck. You're going to learn how to achieve goals in a scientific, methodical way. You're also going to learn how and why your past failures probably are not your fault. And in the Having It All program, my goal is to help you double, maybe even triple your income in the next 12 to 24 months. And part of this program, the Having It All program, is learning a process to turn on your brain's GPS system. Your brain's GPS system is like a navigational system that'll help you find and attract what you need to succeed faster and easier than ever before. And because I'm so into the brain research, I'll show you ways to retrain your brain for higher levels of happiness, health, financial, relationship, and spiritual success. And that's going to help you become what I call unconsciously competent. When you are unconsciously competent, when you've reprogrammed your unconscious mind, you are going to be unstoppable in achieving your goals and dreams. And what I want to do is help you reprogram your mind to automatically get you to think and act in the best ways possible to achieve great health, great wealth, great relationships, and the success that you want to achieve. And so one of the things I'm going to give you is an audio track, 4 little audios. They're about 4 to 7 minutes each that I want you to listen to every day that actually includes my personal precision declarations and affirmations to help me and has helped me for years gain more confidence, gain more certainty, gain a deeper spiritual connectedness for growth in life and business and health and career and relationships. I'm going to give you the audios that I actually use to quickly reprogram my brain. Now, what I can share with you is just the Having It All program that I'm talking about so far will help you really get clear and focused, and you'll be able to overcome your fears or past failures or self-defeating beliefs or habits or destructive behaviors that may have held you back for years. And I know this because hundreds of thousands of people have told me that this program has changed their lives and has freed them to achieve their goals and dreams. And so that's program number 1. And I've bundled 3 programs, so stay with me. In the second program, it's called How to Get More Done in Less Time. And this is what I was talking about earlier, where it's not a matter of what you're doing. It's not a matter of how much activity you can have. The key to achieving success is productivity. And this program is going to walk you through a process that'll help you be 3 to 5 times more productive than you ever have been in your life. One of my clients, Bill Thomas, just recently was on a call with me and a few other clients, and Bill is a retirement specialist. He works helping people set up their retirements. And by following just this program and something called my Daily Results Planner, and I've got a specialized way for planning my day that you're going to learn as well, Bill was able to increase his business. He's a solo professional. He was able to increase his business sales by $17 million. Now, I'm not suggesting that you can increase your salary or your business by $17 million, but I know from Bill and from tons of other clients that when you learn how to manage your time better by managing the tasks and doing the things that are the highest income and highest impact producing activities, you will learn how to do less better, but you'll learn how to do them to completion versus starting and stopping projects and goals. I'm going to teach you the process that I use to develop what to do, how to do it for each area of your life, whether it's finances or relationships or in any other area of your life. And I'm going to teach you how to stay laser focused on what I call are the high impact, the high return activities that are going to give you the most traction and the most ROE and ROI. ROE is your return on your energy, your efforts, and ROI is your return on your investment of time and or money. And so this is going to be all created in the second part of this program. I'm going to teach you how to segment your activities into becoming an amazing producer of results versus somebody who is moderately active or moderately successful. And in this process, you're going to learn powerful daily, weekly, and monthly routines, the ones I've used for over 30 years and have taught to tens of thousands of people, that will help you develop the habits that'll help you triple your productivity. And one of the first exercises I'm going to have you do in that program is I'm going to teach you how to declutter your life to make room for the new, smarter, better version of yourself. And you're going to learn how to focus on making progress, not focusing on perfection. And imagine how much stress that's going to release from you, because a lot of people want to focus on perfection. I'm going to teach you how to eliminate the distractions that are happening in your life, okay, whether it's your emails, whether it's your texts, whether it's kids, your spouse, significant others, friends, TV, and all the messages are trying to get to us every day. I'll teach you some processes to eliminate your distractions so you could be laser focused. And this is all going to happen in this How to Get More Done in Less Time program, and I'll teach you and give you my personal daily results planner that'll help make you so powerfully productive, you will wonder why you wasted so much time in the past. All right, so that's program number 2. In the third program I'm including in this bundle, All right. It's called my values-based living program. And in the values-based living program, what I'm going to teach you is a process that I learned many years ago that stopped the conflict in my life. And the conflict in my life at the time was I was working so hard to try and be successful, I was letting go of the other important things in my life, like my relationships and my health. And when you learn how to focus more on what you love and less on what you're tolerating and none on what you hate, what you will find is you will start to make decisions that are really at the highest level of your value that you want from the world and that you can bring to the world. And I'll teach you a process to discover what's really holding you back and keeping you stuck at your current level of success, and maybe the stuff that's keeping you overwhelmed and confused or frustrated that in a nutshell is not giving you the purpose and meaning you have in your life. And so in this program, you'll discover and learn your innermost values, but more importantly, you'll learn how to live them so you could do more of what you love, so that you trade your life for what you love most of the time. And you start to make your decisions based on your highest core values versus your lower level values. And this is going to take getting your beliefs and habits and values aligned so life flows for you and you don't sabotage your successes. You don't get misaligned and have some successes sometimes and failures other times, and you stick with the failures. What you want to do is recognize and then correct any of the contradictory beliefs and habits and values that you have right now. And when you do that, boom, it just starts to flow. And when you align those three things, what starts to happen is your excuses go out the window. Your negative thoughts really start to dissipate. And while that happens, you start to increase your self-efficacy, your confidence, and your certainty. And that requires your commitment to learning a new way of doing things. And so if you want to have more purpose and meaning in your life every day, and you want to connect with your higher spiritual self, what I want you to do is make a decision to get this bundle, and I'll teach you how to create your perfect day and life and then live it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to help you over the course of the next year to make sure that you implement that in my community that I'll talk about in just a moment. And so what I'd like you to do is take action now and take advantage of my life's learning and the systematic process by which I have put everything in this bundled product. And when you make a decision today to own this having it all bundle, you'll be able to immediately receive the downloadable videos, the audios, the playbook manuals, and the transcripts of all of these training programs so you can use them for yourself and with your family. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to give you something called the Power Habits Generator, where you're going to create new daily habits for maximum results. And you're also going to learn how to change any unwanted habits so that you can let go of the destructive ones or sabotaging ones, and you can actually achieve a constructive, positive, forward-moving action plan towards your goals and dreams. Now, the value of this package right now is pretty high. And what I can share with you is the Having It All program on its own is $197. And the Values-Based Living is $197, and the How to Get More Done in Less Time program is $197. And when you include something that will transform your life is daily VIP coaching with me and one of my top neuroscience researchers in my private community, we charge $3,997 for that. So when you put all of that together, okay, the total value is over $4,785. But here's what I've done to be able to get this out to hundreds of thousands of people. You can get the whole package for just 2 payments, not of $900 or $500. You can get this entire package including me for a whole year in my community coaching you for 2 payments of $97, one today and one in 30 days. And this package and the bonuses that I'm going to include in this are only available for the next few days. So take action, take what I've learned that's cost me over $1 million and make a decision. Act right now and be clear that you want to achieve your goals instead of just set them. So what I want you to do is really understand that there is a process, there's a system that you could follow that's like paint by number. And I'd like to share with you something that Cedar, one of our clients, says, in your course, it became clear very quickly how you do it. Thank you for clarifying the amazing process of creation. The vision is perfectly clear. The other thing I heard from a gentleman, Louis Cady, who's an adult and child forensic psychiatrist, says, this is the most impactful program I've ever used. After more than a decade in private practice, this program finally produced the missing link for me to effect much faster change in my patients and myself. It was like I was driving around in a Pinto and John gave me a Lamborghini. All right. And so I can share with you even, more testimonials like this one from Aniko, I believe. And it says, this program is priceless. I've made more in 1 month than in a whole year. And so why have I done this? Because I want you to succeed. I want you to be one of my next success stories. And as in all of my programs, I have a 30-day 100% money back guarantee. So when you purchase this program right now, you're going to gain more clarity, more purpose, more focus, more productivity, and more results. And I can share with you that it'll cost less than $1 a day to transform your life. Here's the bigger question. What will it cost you not to take what I've learned and not to take what I've put together and stay in your comfort zone? If you continue in your comfort zone, you're going to keep doing what you're doing. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting the same results. And so there is a cost of not taking action and really learning how to become a goal achiever that can achieve 2 or 3 or 4 times more than you ever could have. And you're either going to pay one of 2 prices. You're going to either pay the price of discipline and taking action, or you're going to pay the price of regret. And what I can share with you is regret weighs tons, but discipline just weighs ounces. And so take action right now, click on the button and get yourself to that next level of success and get the having it all bundle. What I can promise you is by taking action today and by following the plans that I laid out in the Having It All program, in the How to Get More Done in Less Time program, in the Values-Based Living program, and by coming into my community for 1 whole year, you are going to transform your life and your results. And my goal for you is to be able to teach you how to live and have life on your own terms. So click on the button right now and make an investment in your future and in your amazing success.